Hey guys, have you ever recorded your most perfect take? You're like, oh my God, I nailed it. And then you look at the replay and you realize that your eyes are going like this. Well, you don't have to re record your videos any longer. If you've been following me for any length of time, you know that I'm passionate about simple and easy tools that solve common day video creation problems. And you know that Kapwing is one of the top tools that I always recommend and that I use. Well, they now have absolutely erased that problem of shifty eye syndrome. So stay tuned. Hey everyone, and welcome to the step-by-step for Kapwing's eye contact. So the first thing that you want to do is obviously open up Kapwing. I then go to the folder that I plan on working in, which is going to be Kapwing videos. And once I've opened that folder, I go to click on Create New. So once I click on that, this window will open up. The next thing that I do is I go for my media. So I am going for the video on my other computer, and there's two places that you can add this. You can either put it to your canvas or you can have it here to add to your project. It really does not matter which place that you put it on, but I'm going for the canvas, which opens up the timeline. Everything is set up and ready for me to work. First, I want to bring your attention to this is the folder. This is the file that I brought in. I'm going to change this. So I'm just going to change it to that. I'm not going to deal with the transcript or any of the information here, but I do want to bring your attention to the repurpose project. Bear in mind that once you've edited your video, say for example, you're doing this for an older video that you want to then repurpose. Once you've done everything that you need to do and adjusted the eye contact, you can then come right over here and click on that button to repurpose it. All right, so it's all in one. That's what I love about Kapwing. So the next thing is this is obviously the preview window of the video that is on your timeline. This is the video in question. We are going to make sure that we're ready to edit that video by simply clicking on it. And you'll know that it's activated if all of these things exist. There is a yellow border around the video file on your timeline. These blue buttons or circles appear on your screen in the preview. This icon of a film strip is activated and lit up. That means that you're in edit mode. And then obviously if you see edit over here, this is your properties and you can see all of the different things that you can do when you're editing, but we're coming specifically down to AI tools. So under AI tools, you have the ability to cut your video or do the smart cut, which is removing silences. You can find scenes, you can stabilize it if your hand was shaking or if you were on a rocky desk or boat. I don't know. And also, this is where we're going to find eye contact. So for those of you pro users who have been using Kapwing, this is where you're going to be able to find it once you go into Kapwing. This is, by the way, also going to be available to free users as a teaser. It's not going to be a permanent feature that you're going to be able to access unless you upgrade. Here are all the audio things that you can do, cleaning up your audio, adding waveform, enhancing voice, splitting the vocals, all of that great stuff. My recommendation is if you need to do anything to the entire video as a whole, so maybe you need to clean up the audio, maybe the entire video or periodically throughout the video, there is some stabilizing issues, then you might want to do that. Obviously, if you have issues with making sure that your eyes are coming back up to the camera, you want to do correcting that feature. You want to do all of those things before you go to Smart Cut. Before you actually start to splice up your video, make sure that you do everything that you need to do as a whole so that you won't have to individually for each clip that is now edited after you've done the smart edit, you'll have to manually do that. So it just saves you a tremendous amount of time. In this particular video, unfortunately, I did not record the audio because I really just wanted to record what the visuals were. But essentially what this video represents is what my typical workflow is, which is that I either use, I don't have them anymore. I either use, and you'll see it in the video as I scrub through it, I'll either use Post-it notes that I will put right underneath, like you can see, this is my camera, so I'll put it right underneath there. Or if I printed whatever it is out, then I will put that right underneath and I'll just tape it. And that's normally what I will do if I'm not reading a script. Otherwise, I typically, more often than not, will use a video teleprompter that's built into my app on my phone. And I very rarely, if ever, use it for my computer screen. But now I would be using it on my computer screen because now I can just come into Kapwing and fix it. So let's continue. So I'm going to scrub through this so that you can see I'm talking. Obviously, I don't have the audio up, but there you can see that I use Post-it notes with bullet points, and then I just tape that to the bottom of my camera. I do the same with any sort of printout that I might do, and then I will start to read my contact. Now, typically, what I used to do is I used to feel that it was important for me to make sure that I made eye contact with the camera first so that I could tell AI, well, this is where my camera is. But I don't think I need to do that. So I'm sort of walking, this is like a second take. I'm sort of going through that a second time. And because I'm sort of talking, okay, let me play this part. Again, you can't hear me, but you can see my eyes are looking at my screen and at the Post-it. Hopefully I didn't look up because it's almost built into me to look directly at the camera, even though I was like, don't look, just look at the screen. And so what I also ended up doing was, besides looking at the Post-it notes that I had and at the paper that I had stuck to my screen, the other thing I did was I tried to simulate if I was looking at a teleprompter that was actually on my computer screen. So I looked at my screen and then I went all the way down to the bottom of my screen just to see if that's gonna make a difference. Now, the good thing that I've discovered with Kapwing is that, ooh, my eyes almost look closed there. That'll be interesting to see if that works out. And what I'm indicating there is that my recommendation would be not to turn your head down, not to tilt your head down, but to keep it in the vicinity of your camera, even though your eyes may not be on there. And what I've discovered is that this works with or without glasses, because obviously I'm an eyeglass wearer. So I'm going to show you. All right, so now let's go back to the beginning of the video and we have it activated. So we're going to come up here to eye contact and we're going to click on eye contact. This window opens up just to give you a little bit more information on eye contact, and it then shows you in the original video where Julia was looking, and then in the corrected video where she's looking now. So you then click on correct eye movement, and then you can see here it's applying the eye contact. Now this is a almost 7-minute video. I haven't timed it to see how long it takes. I'm going to go with the assumption the longer the video, the longer it's going to take. So I'll be curious to see exactly how long this is going to take. I'm sort of trying to remember to time it right now, and hopefully it just takes a minute or two, and then we can check back in and see what the results are. I'm looking forward to this. I've used eye contact before on other applications. This is something that I have been dying for Kapwing to add. I knew that they would. I didn't know exactly when, but I am so ecstatically happy that they have added this feature because to me, it's a game changer. All right, so now it's telling you what the percentage is. So I'm going to come back when it is finished. Okay, so it took about 2 to 2.5 minutes in order to apply eye contact. And you can see that it is activated here. So what I have noticed is that you need to refresh after eye contact has been applied. And then you can see I'm already looking, and I don't remember if that was what I was doing initially, but you can see throughout this entire video, I'm scrubbing it. It's keeping my eyes. Okay, let me go. Here is where I started. Okay, so it's keeping my eyes, as you can see, it's keeping my eyes straight. Let's scrub a little bit more because I know towards the end, see, you can't tilt down. So it keeps your eyes, even when my eyes started to get a little sort of squinty almost towards the end. So here I was still looking at the note, but then I did start to hear I was moving my eyes lower onto the screen, and you can see that my eyes are still straight. And this is with glasses, obviously. So this works. The only problem would be if you tilted your head down. I can't remember if I tilted my head. Okay, here. That looks a little freaky when you do that. I wouldn't be doing that. So as you can see, it does not work if you tilt your head down. So that's the main thing that you need to remember, but it works. So this is a game changer. So now, once you are finished, let's say, for example, this was a webinar, this was a podcast interview that you did, or maybe it was a previous direct-to-camera video that for whatever reason, you just never was able to maintain eye contact with the camera. Maybe you were reading a teleprompter, but the teleprompter was below your eye line. You can now bring those old videos back into Kapwing or into Kapwing, adjust the eye contact, and then when you're finished, actually, the next thing that you would want to do before you even do that is you would want to then do your smart edits and do anything else that you might want to do, and then you can go in and repurpose your video. So this is the thing that I have loved about Kapwing, is that it allows you to do multiple things within one platform. And there aren't too many other platforms like this that are available that make this the game changer that it is for me. Because as I've said repeatedly, to sound like a broken record, I am a firm believer in making the process of creating videos simple and easy. And it does not have to be complicated. It does not have to eat up your entire day. All you need to do is find tools that are simple for you to be able to use and easy for you to learn how to use. And that's what Kapwing does. And lastly, when you are ready to export your video, all you would need to do is come up here to Export Project. You can then choose whether you want it to be an MP4 or something else for whatever reason. You can select your desired resolution, your compression level. I usually leave this alone, and then it will just give you an estimate depending on what it is that you selected, what your output size is. So if you are constricted to a certain size file because of wherever it is perhaps that you're going to upload it, you have that ability of knowing that. When you're finished, you just click on Export as an MP4. Then it's going to go through the process of rendering your video and then exporting it. And then the last step is for you to then download the video to your computer. And that's usually the process that I go through when I'm using Kapwing. So until next time, I will see you in the next video. Take care. So there you have it, Kapwing's eye contact. Now, I will admit that when you are first using this for the very first time, it looks a little freaky because we are focused on our eyes. We're not looking at anything else on the screen. We're just looking at our eyes. So it looks a little weird, but trust me, you do get used to it after a while. So it does, that feeling and that sensation goes away. The average Joe won't know that you're using it. So therefore, they're not going to be focused on your eyes. All right. Well, I want to definitely share with you some of the important needs and reasons why you want to use eye contact. Now, number one, it can boost your engagement. So I think it's common and everybody recognizes that whenever we talk about when you're talking to the camera, you have to talk to the camera. And you have to make sure that you're making eye contact with the camera's eye. And for those of you who do the front facing work on your smartphones, not your monitor, which is very natural and easy for us to do. But in the event that you do that, eye contact can fix that for you now. So you don't need to, and I mentioned this at the top of the video, you don't need to do reshoots anymore. So that's definitely two perks that you have going on. With specifically Kapwing, you can incorporate your eye contact with any of their other repurposing magic tools that they have available. And then last, I would recommend that for any of you that are like, oh, do I want to really use it? You can try it out for free as a teaser. They're giving you a teaser opportunity to try it out for free. And if you're ready to upgrade and you're ready to take charge and do this, certainly use the link in description below so that you can get started with Kapwing. But for those of you who are Kapwing Pro users, you are now eligible. It has been unlocked. I think you have to unlock it in order for you to access it for unlimited uses. Congratulations to Kapwing and their latest feature of eye contact. Kudos to you. Keep bringing them on. All right.